Are you worried it's not working?
No, I'm just pointing it towards your face.
Happy? All right. So Toda's already. Oh no, there she is. She's hiding behind the computer. Good. So it feels like we had a break. It feels like a long time since we were together. So let's start. Get into our meditation posture, whatever that posture is going to be for you right now. I see some people are using chairs. That's good. Don't be afraid to ever use a chair if you need a chair.
I'm just going to grab that one.
Okay.
I've got more in the thing too.
Begin the process of bringing your focus right here. Like reality or life as we know it is a series of moments. So as you sit down to meditate or stand up to meditate or whatever it is that you're doing, try and pull your energy in. So the mind's tendency to jump past present, not present, past future. And think of it like just being here and awake and aware, one moment after the next. And it's much easier if you're relaxed. Focus on your lower body. Focus on the heaviness, the feeling of the body landed, supported. Focusing on that feeling. Tuning into the feeling, the physical feeling. Letting go of mental images, continuing to refocus on the feeling alone. And then take a moment to notice if your posture's gone wacky. you've settled into the body, often we have a tendency to lean one way or the other. And let's help that along with a nice deep inhale. Breathe deeply. As you draw the breath in, the heart lifts, the crown lifts, the heart opens. And then as you exhale, you may feel this uprising energy as you relax the shoulders, the heart stays lifted, and maybe you may feel a slight pivot in your pelvic region as your body adjusts to support the lift. Resting the eyebrows, the forehead, the jaw. Can help to place the tip of the tongue, resting it just behind the top teeth. Helps to relax the jaw as well. A focused mind is a centered mind. Grounded and centered. So our body posture can help. Can help the energies that move with the mind's movements, the thoughts of the mind. Tension will stop the prana from flowing. Tension will stop the energy from getting to where you would like it to be. So you really want to be the tension police when you're meditating. And do something about it when you notice it. It's very important. Often it can simply be exhaled away. You can inhale into a tense area and then exhale the tension away. It works wonders. And now that you've turned inward, becoming more aware of subtle movements in the inner body. Just try turning the corners of your mouth just up a little bit. Just pull the corners of your mouth up slightly. Feel what happens inside your body. There's an inner world that is lit up by your inner light, by your inner mind. There's a magical response. Subtle movement. Now let's shift the focus to the tips of the nostrils and begin honing your focus in so that you're being aware of the passage of breath as it naturally leaves and naturally comes back in. Notice any hiccup of the mind where it wants to start and make the breath different. The body doesn't need you to think about breathing. It will do it on its own. So allow your body the blessing of getting out of the way and allowing it to breathe the way that it needs to breathe right now. And that's your object. You're watching that object, not controlling some object that you want to look different. You're just watching. If you notice the mind jumps away or gets foggy, bring brightness to your mind on the next inhale. Imagine a bright light. You may be having a sleepy time meditation. These happen. And you may have to do a series of visualizing a bright light brightening up your inside with every inhale, just to keep you going. And that's good. That's perfect. So I'm going to just stop talking now and we'll shift to the object of sound and just enjoy the sound, experience the sound, try to be fully present, staying here and now, and observe all that you feel and see. try to return without leaving anywhere. See you later, Satoda. So that was loud. That seemed very, very loud. It's very interesting because this bowl is one of the quieter ones in different locations. But in this room, this one really shines. See, it's very interesting how it's just got to do with the vibration of the room. It's going to blow Amanda's head off. Is that getting painful? Yeah, it was really ringing. Yeah. Was it verging on being annoying? Some people are going, yeah. Some people are going, no. It's so good. Yeah. Yeah, because it can be very penetrating. And it will, it will depend on, like on a different day, it may all be different. Maybe like Jacques like, please stop. Everybody else is like, yeah. Well, I play in a church band, and there's someone is in there usually going like this. Everyone else is just, got their hands up and singing, and one person going. So I want to talk about a couple of things tonight. One, we'll see in a minute after the second meditation, but I just wanted to talk about life as we know it. Like life lived minus focused attention and a mind that is awakening versus a life where there's none of that happening. I think many of us are fooled by the circumstances of life. Like I said in the beginning in the meditation that our lives, like life is a series of moments. It's very important to get this. Life is a series of moments. It's like if you get this, you have a shot at happiness. And in the series of moments that occur in every person's life, no one gets to escape these series of moments. It's how we experience life. There's the mind that is like the doer, the doing mind. the doing mind. It's always wants to accomplish something. And we're all plagued by this thing. And it can be very useful. Or it can be like, our own worst enemy. And it can also be in balance. It can be kept at a check and be useful. But that mind that is made up of many components. We'll talk about that a little bit later too today. But all the things that we seek in the world, they're all just these transient things that come and they go. They come and they go. They come and they go. And it always they come and they go. Relationships, jobs. But the thing is the illusion that we get a job, and that we're at this job, and we have this job. We have this job for 10 years, say. And the mind has this mistake where it makes it like, I've had this job for 10 years, and sees it like a long string of a seamless string of like one event or something like that. When really all that happened is there was an infinite, impossible to count amount of moments that happened in all that time that was everything in your life, from getting up in the morning, from sleeping to waking up, to eating, to getting to the job, to experiencing the job. That's all that there was. And in that 10 years of your job, things came and things went. Things came and things went. You got hopeful, then you lost hope. You had a success, and then the success turned into something else. It's just the formula that happens. It's just what life is. So now the difference is that mind that relates to life like that, that mind can't live in the present. That mind is always in the past or the future. And it's like that type of mind is really is synonymous with time itself. That is what time is. To be off of time, really, is to be totally present, to be completely present. And to be off of time, what that means is you just got access to the mind, the deep mind. Time doesn't exist for that mind. There is no past, and there is no future for that mind. There is only now. There is only now for that. So living a full, a total life, a full, rich, and enlightened life, an awake life, is not about what career you do. It is not about how much sex you do have or don't have. It's not about how much good food you do eat or don't eat. It's not about any of those things. It's about how much wakefulness can you bring to each individual moment. And that's all there is. That's all there is. Everything else is coming and going in a constant stream. So that's why it's possible that anything that happens in your life, any experience that you have, can be a sublime, profound, mind-blowing experience where you just feel like, whoa, this is completely amazing. And for a second, your doors are blown off. You're just completely awake and thoughtless in a completely mundane, doing something mundane. Could be something as mundane as driving, or getting to work, or just meeting somebody. You could be doing something at work where you're being creative. It's like the things that you do in your life are illuminated by that mind. Or it's illuminated by a different mind, which is a mind of hopes. A mind of hopes, a mind of that deals in success and failures. That's its currency. That mind's currency is success and failure. And you're always in between one or the other. And like some success is like way in the distance, but the mind is driven towards it, and its fuel is this thing that, and it won't leave us alone. It's that mind is the shadow that lurks. It's the shadow that lurks that says, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Somebody's watching, and they don't like what they see. And it's always there. Somewhere, sometimes it's closer, sometimes it's further away. And we just accept that as being, well, yeah, that's life. I mean, I'm not good enough. I should be better. And it's that shadow that needs to be seen. It needs to be seen for what it is. Because if it isn't seen for what it is, you'll always feel guilty. You always feel like something's left undone. You're not good enough. I'm a bad person. I should be a better person. You always have judgment calls about everybody else too, you see. As long as that shadow is there for you, then you're also making judgment calls on what all the other crazy stuff that everyone else is doing. Instead of living in the realization that, wait a minute, we're all living moment to moment, and we're either awake or we're not. We're either bringing total love to the moment, or we're not. And any increment in between. There's nothing else happening. So, that counts. That moments. That includes nothing is exempt from that, not even your death. Not even the day or the moment that your body perishes. That's just like everything else. You're either going to have been developing your meditative concentration and gained access to this timeless mind that then becomes the thing that illuminates your life, and you're going to be with that mind as the body perishes, or you're going to be in the success and failure mode, and you'll be panicking. You'll be panicking as everything is ripped away from you. And all that's going on is a series of moments. It's no different. So that's why developing your awake mind is a cure-all. It's a cure-all for everything. Because we're not in control of those things. We have coming to us, we had no control over that. What do we have coming to us? We don't know. Cancer? Is it going to be cancer? Am I going to find out tomorrow that I have cancer? I have a tumor? Am I going to find that out tomorrow? I have no idea. Or am I going to find out tomorrow that, somewhere down the road somewhere, someone heard of one of my songs and now they want to buy it and they're going to give me a check for $10 million? I have no idea. Is that what's going to happen tomorrow? Is my dad going to die tomorrow? He could. I have no idea. Like, we have no idea. And, quite frankly, I'm not ready for my dad to die. I'm not ready for that yet. I was like more ready for my mom. But I'm not sure why exactly. But there's something about my dad right now that is so sweet. It to me it's like he's blooming finally. Something like that. Something like that. I don't, maybe it's me. I don't know. But I feel closer to him now than I ever really have. And so I'm thinking about this. I mean, he's 75 now. And he's looking older and older. And there will come a time. I don't know if it's going to be 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. I don't know. But there will be a day when we get a phone call. I have no control over that. Or maybe I'll die first. Maybe it'll be me that goes. And he'll be the one with the horror of the child dying first. And the confusion about all of that. And he's going to bring whatever mind he has in the moment to those series of moments. Everyone in this room I know has had awakened moments where it's like, boom, suddenly everything comes together. Suddenly you feel free. You feel free and connected. Even for a moment. Something is gone, is the thing. You notice that something is not there that was there the moment before. And there's a feeling of bliss, a feeling of love, and a feeling of being connected. That might last for an hour, it might last for 5 minutes. It might last for 4 days. And those are moments that can keep us going. And we can say, wow, but it's just an experience. It's just something that happened. And then you're like, well, when's it going to happen again? Is it going to be 10 more years before I have like one of those? It seemed like it was an accident. I don't even know how it happened. The point to, could have just dumped water on your phone. Is your phone safe from the water? The point is to bring those moments closer and closer together until your series of moments is just awake. You're just awake. And it will seem like maybe a life lived enlightened or awake, but all it is just a series of moments where you brought your awakened mind to those moments. So I say this because anything short of that, like that shadow I was talking about, if you don't try and find it and see it and notice what it's doing to you and how it's making you do things in your life, you'll just keep doing them. You'll just keep being pushed around by this thing. The world will continue to fight. Religions will continue to kill each other. People will continue to war over lines
between one object and the next. People will continue to argue and squabble over things that were written on a piece of paper 2,000 years ago. That just feed that mind that is oppressing you. It's oppressive, is what it is. It's the oppressor. There is no oppressor that's anywhere other than your mind. I mean, there can be like political tyrants, but they have no control over your mind. So you can, prioritize your life so that you're trying to make all these things happen, or you can prioritize your life so that your mind wakes up. And it just, everything else will be taken care of, because you will be bringing yourself to your life in that way. The longer you put that off, you're just putting off your happiness, is all you're doing. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can feel good about lining up all your things and then, having a bank account that looks like it's going to give you what you need for the next 40 years. I don't know. You can have everything all lined up. Looks like I'm on a good run. I'm not going to have any trouble. Got everything lined up. You can spend all your time on that if you want. And that's not going to work either. That's just going to, I don't know, just maybe give you a little smoother trip, maybe. Because then you have a shot at joy. Then you have a shot at joy. But you got to make that choice. You're like, what do I want? I want joy. Give me that. That's what you want. You see, what I want joy. Well, then I guess I'll slog my way through all this paperwork and try and, fill all these dominoes together so they're lined up. Did I ever tell you the story about, I know so many people have heard this story. I was at a talent show, a kids talent show. Well, I happened to be a friend of one of the, grade 6 kid or something that was going to perform a song by Avril Lavigne. And I was a guitar player. So I learned the song, and I sat in a chair behind her and played the chords while she, belted out this song. And so that's why I was there. So I had to be in the audience and endure all the rest of it. Brilliant people came out. Kids that were just like champagne on the piano. I don't know why they're always Asian. Just mind-boggling. And the cool kids came out with a band. They had a band, and they were good. They were a good band. I was jealous. And a bunch of other stuff. But then this one girl walked out. This one girl walked out in a skirt and a sweater. She was about this high off the ground. I don't know. She's definitely younger than Satota. She's probably 7 years old or something. And I'll tell you what she did. I'll act it out. My foot is asleep. Yeah, I can do it. So she walked out. She stood there. Whoa, she's really asleep. She stood there and just looked at everybody. Everybody got quiet, and she had this big grin, and then the music started, and she's going. And that's all she did. And she just kept going. And she looked at everybody, and she was exploding with joy. And it was so infectious that people began to giggle. People began to laugh. And then pretty soon the whole place was just like roaring with laughter. She like woke up everybody. Everybody was like gone in laughter bliss. And it was joy that did it. It was joy. That's all it was. She had no skill. She might not have practiced. She might have just like, I'll do the talent show, yeah. Sign me up. She wasn't dressed that well. She just came out and I will never forget it. I will never forget that. So what happens? Like, will she continue? Will she manage to keep that? What happens to us?
Can I just ask a question? Did she know that people were like laughing with her and not at her? Kind of
It
thing?
didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Her joy was so complete that, to me, it looked like nothing. An atom bomb could have gone off next to her. She'd just be like, I don't know. But this is the quality. If you think about it and you see people with their skills and this and that, it's the ones that bring joy to whatever they do that you go, wow. Always like, wow. Because we recognize it. It's the enlightened state. It's the enlightened state. There's nothing else about it. It's simple. But we're so conniving. Huh? Anyways, let's take a little break right now, and then we'll do a meditation when we come back. Yeah. They're different sizes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one's smaller than the one from last time?
This is actually, it's bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, this is one of the bigger ones. And on the bottom, it says the note.
Oh, so they tune.
This is a G.
I know very little about music. But
Well, you know enough.
I'm curious.
Yeah. Yeah. I was surprised because this bowl has been the one that has it seemed the most resistant to really rain. But in this room, it didn't resist at all.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Play it.
It was because today we had I think one of our doors we were busy building in the shop.
Yeah.
They're these really exceptionally tall doors. So when they get really tall, they have to put steel inside to reinforce them.
Yeah.
So one of the guys in the workshop, Glenn, he was busy stacking them all on top of each other. But they're long, flat bars, probably about 20 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
And he was grouping them together, and he was using a metal mallet to kind of move them together, and they were ringing like this perfect tune. It was just bing, and it would just hum through the building for a while.
Oh wow.
Bing.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you notice that if you notice when we do the sound thing, that after the bowl stops, the other sounds, your relationship to other sound is different?
Yes.
Yeah.
I also feel like a bit of a pressure inside here somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's resonating with your subtle body. So someday it's waking up the chakra or resonating with a certain chakra. So
Yeah, something's cooking.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? What's going on? Nice. Well, thank you for the emails. That's
good.